Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well this fine Wednesday afternoon. We're coming to you with a few stories today that, just wait till you hear this. A lot going on out there today that is not kosher by any stretch of the means. That said, we'll go right into what's going on in Colorado. You know, the first state to legalize the use of and buying of marijuana to make everybody happy. And then apparently it has made them so happy they've become stupid. And that is the Colorado Supreme Court must be smoking some of the weed that they have gotten in through Mexico or wherever they're getting it. But they have decided in their infinite wisdom not to allow Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, to be listed on the ballots for the 2024 elections. So they must be smoking some really good stuff out there. He will appeal, from what I hear today, to the Supreme Court for an overturn on that verdict, which was a thin margin to pass out there. And we'll see what happens with that. But it goes along with all these blue states and Democratic-run organizations that decide that when they want to cancel someone, they just go about doing it and finding ways, whether it's constitutionally okay or legally okay, just to do it. And they do it without repercussion from anybody else because our other side of the aisle can't stick together on anything. But I will say this for the candidates that are running against Donald Trump right now in the primaries, and it's the primaries that he's not listed on the ballot for. Whether or not that'll hold true for the national election is, we don't know. But he's off the primary ballot, but his people that are running against him in the primaries have all come forward and stated unequivocally that this is wrong. It should not be done and is tantamount to election interference. Why would it not be? My God. Let's look at what they've done, and especially in Colorado, with these migrants that they've shoved all over the place. And I hate using the term migrants or asylum seekers because, as I've said in the past, these people are criminals. They have entered this country illegally. There's laws against that. Let's just take, for instance, your home and someone comes through your front door. Sure, you have locks and security, the same as the government did. And they walk into your home and say, well, we're going to have dinner with you tonight, and we're going to take this, 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 and this. And by the way, we're going to take your bedroom. Would you have recourse to that? Yes, you do. Well, why is it any different when someone comes to our border, walks through it, and thumbs their nose and salutes Joe Biden and says, thanks, Joe, for the trip in? And then what do? We put them on a bus, send them to one of these sanctuary cities that, by the way, don't want them. They want to be sanctuary cities in name only, so they get the accolades from the woke people that they've done everything to be inclusive. Well, how inclusive is it to destroy an entire country and the infrastructure set up to take care of its own citizens? It's not. It's not healthy for us. As far as election interference, there's going to be a lot more of it between now and the next 10 months are going to be wide-eyed goings-on like you wouldn't believe. It's coming. It's coming like a freight train straight at us, and everybody's got their head in the sand. It has to come out of the sand, and we have to realize what they're doing to us. They're putting 9 million people into this country and giving them benefits, and in some cases, I'm hard-pressed to believe that they won't be voting. And if you don't believe it, wait and see until it's too late. What they're up to is they're letting bad people into our country and infiltrating into cities intentionally to break down the votes in those cities and areas where they feel the Democrats are running weakly. And if you don't believe this, in the next 10 months, in 7 to 10 months, you're going to hear it's too dangerous to go in the streets. The poor black people aren't going to be able to come out and vote, and the Hispanics aren't going to be able to come out and vote. So we're going to send them all mail-in ballots. One more time, we're going to have what we witnessed in the last election. Mark my words, it's coming. And if we allow it one more time, it's going to be devastating. It'll be the end of our country as we knew it. They're up to something here, and the media is covering for them, and we're not seeing what the real problems are that exist currently in the election cycles that are set to go. We need to have same-day voting, same-day counting, and not get involved with mail-in votes so your dead uncles can vote. It's wrong, shouldn't have been done in the last election, but they had a plan, and don't kid yourself, they have more plans now than they ever had before, because they're not giving up their shot at Marxism, communism, and whatever else will destroy this country. They're at it, and they're at it big time. And don't kid yourself, this whole woke movement is all part of it. They want a one-world economy. They want a borderless world. They want to reward criminals. And they want to have you work 2-3 jobs to support their idealism. Not good. Isn't getting better. I don't hear solutions coming out of any of the candidates that are running, either against Biden or against Trump. What do? We have to wake up, America. Wake up and realize that the wool pulled over your eyes right now is a massive distraction to keep you from understanding what they're really doing. And there's Bill Clinton, the big dog, on YouTube today telling people that, oh, we have to do away with the electoral college because that was put in when we only had 13 states and it doesn't work anymore. No, it doesn't work for the Democratic Party. That's what it doesn't work for. And they want everything, including you, to work for them because they are the elites. Don't let them fool you. They are the elites. They're in that circle of trust. And we are here, not in it. We have to wake up to these facts and wake up quickly because it's upon us. Okay. Biden comes out in answer to the Colorado thing saying, oh, that was perfectly okay because he has proof that Trump was an insurrectionist. Insurrection is letting 9 million people through our border with no consequence, no background checks, and paying them to be here. That's an insurrection. That's an invasion. What do other countries do when they're invaded by a foreign power or foreign powers? They kick them out. If you've got a criminal record and you've done this, you go to jail. Not under the Biden administration, you don't. Just wait till you see what's coming. It's not good. They will pull out every stop, every trick in the book to maintain their power in this government. And why? Because of hatred of a single man who tried to come in and do a job and do it correctly. But it hurt their agenda. Look at Adam Schiff walking around with Nancy Pelosi, shooting their mouths off on a daily basis, and both of them should be in jail somewhere for what they did during the Trump administration. The out-and-out, proven, documented lies that they told to us, the American people, about what they manufactured to happen to get a man impeached. But don't try to impeach one of their own, like Mayorkas or Biden, because, oh, you can't do that. But it was perfectly okay when they had nothing but manufactured evidence on Trump to tie that man up for 4 years. And my fear is that if by some strange means he gets elected again, they'll pull the same damn thing if we don't go into the down ballot and get rid of the dead wood that are in there that hate Donald Trump, or will hate whatever successor comes up behind him, because it doesn't play to their textbook narrative of Marxism, wokeism, and stupidity that this administration is riddled with. And if you don't take my word for it, just look around YouTube and some of the other social media and look at what people are saying. But don't be a voice crying in the wilderness. We need to get together, hold together, and convince our the Republican side of the aisle to start sticking together and not throwing each other under the bus. Talk about a blue Christmas. Well, they're at it. You look at New York City with the college people out in the streets with their hair colored to mimic the the flag of a known terrorist group and the Palestinian flags because they don't understand, they have not been taught the history of these regions that are taking this on. The rich people get together in Dubai and they do whatever they need to set for the year of how we're going to have one world currency run by who, we don't know. But it's a damn good bet that it'll be the BRICS community or China itself. They are watching what's happening in this country and the division being forced down everyone's throat, either by race, creed, or religion, to make you think that we're all against each other. Well, for God's sake, we're not. They want it to look that way, and guess who's watching? If you don't think China is aware that we're at a weak point, you don't think Putin's aware that we're at a weak point, but yet we shovel our tax dollars into the Ukraine more and more and more. And then we have to worry about our college students not liking Israel because they fought back after October 7th. Guess what? That was the thing to do. And unless and until they stop what's going on with Hezbollah, number one, the Houthis that are tying up shipping lanes, and Hamas, which triggered all of this nonsense with their death raids, raping and butchering women. Not a good deal. But our stupid college, ill-educated students are out there taking the behalf of the wrong side. Enough of that. It's a blue Christmas due to the fact that if you've been grocery shopping recently, you'll find that there's between 20 and 30% increases in the price of food. They're manipulating gasoline for the weekend, the holiday weekend, by lowering them artificially before the big hit comes. Now they have the excuse that the Suez Canal is going to be closed, so everything will cost more to ship, including the oil that we're buying from over there one more time when we have reserves in this country that are bigger than what they have. But because Donald Trump said we're going to be oil independent, Biden had to cancel that to prove his point. And his point was, oh, well, everybody will drive an electric car. BS. The rental car companies can't even rent them out. It's hurting their bottom line. It's hurting America's bottom line, and we don't have the infrastructure to give up on gasoline-powered vehicles and diesel-powered vehicles in this country. The farmlands have to have diesel-powered equipment. But they want to do away with the farmlands, and Bill Gates is helping them do it by buying up all the productive farmland. And once they ruin that, it'll take years to grow anything on it, and that's what they're up to. It's a grand plan, and we don't have the schematics. So once again, I'm going to beseech you to go out and write and talk to your Congress people, your Senate people, and your state legislatures. We're in trouble. So we need to wake up and realize that we need to get together, band together as a country like we do at 9/11 or any other atrocity that's happened to this country. We pulled together and we saved it. Not only did we save it for ourselves, but we went around and bailed everybody else's asses out of their problems. And we continue to support countries that hate us by giving dollars to them. Foreign aid is one thing, but by God, they better deserve it. Don't take our money and say death to America. And then we keep supporting that, because it will happen. They're trying to kill this country, and our current administration is the architect of the program. And don't think that Mr. Obama is not involved up to his neck in this. Not for 1 minute, should you believe that. Black, white, red, yellow, I don't care who you are, you should not believe a word that comes out of his mouth. He's a Saul Alinsky devotee and always will be. And on top of that, he will back the Muslims at every turn. He wrote it in his own words in his own book. So Blue Christmas or not, people are finding it hard to buy things. Your money is being destroyed. The banks are in trouble. They're taking back vehicles from people. Repossessions are on an upswing. Home sales are not what they're telling you they are. Home inventory is not scarce. No one can afford it. My God, I'm just so happy I don't live in California with the home prices what they are there. And then to get a loan to buy it, if you could afford it, if you have perfect credit, you can get 6.2%. We're going backwards, not forwards. Lawmakers are busy doing whatever they can to help themselves get elected, reelected. And we need to realize that when you go to the polls. It's a terrible news day. What else is going on? Stock market was down. The Dow was down almost 500 today. Small rally yesterday didn't last. I think people are trying to take profits right now. And Biden believes that his Bidenomics are the best thing that's ever happened to any of us. And he'll tell you so. But he also tells you that he didn't know anything about Hunter's involvements. Well, we know that that's not true now. The other news that came out today is a judge in New York is going to release the list of the Epstein frequent flyers, and I understand from what Fox has reported today, it's a list of who's who. There'll be some weeping and gnashing of teeth when that happens by a lot of different individuals. And I can almost not wait for that show. I would buy a ticket. This is how corrupt the higher echelons of power in this country truly is. Then the release of the sex tape done on the Senate hearing floor. Unbelievable that this can happen. We know that in Washington, there was a lot of nonsense like that going on forever. including some of our past presidents that indulged in it themselves. One more than several times, with foreign dignitaries present. That's when they allowed cigar smoking in the Oval Office. Well, it continues. Now it's been on social media. How do you deal with these people? They belong behind bars. We need to deport people that we let escape into this country with bad intentions. There's 8-point-something million of them. Some are probably really nice, good people, but they broke the law by not coming here legally. So that makes them criminals. And they need to be returned at least to Mexico and wait their turn, fill out the paperwork, and go to a hearing and then be let in if they qualify. There's not another country that you can go just walk through the border. With good intent, bad intent, or otherwise, you will be denied access. But we have a president that doesn't believe in that. We have Mayorkas down there with an open for business sign on his forehead. Come on in. And when Texas decided to do something about it, Mayorkas comes out and says, we can't do that. We can't stop these people. Why? Because they need the numbers in here to assure chaos through the next election. Wake up and realize that, and mark my words, you will watch it happen if you allow it to happen. And with that said, I'm going to be hard-pressed to come up with anything positive for you all today, but I hope you take this to heart. It makes me angry to watch what's happening to my country. The state that I was born and raised in, New York City, I would love to go back like I did years in the past for my Christmas in New York City, because it was a wonderful place to be for Christmas. But even that it's not safe for me or my family. Chicago's in the same situation. San Francisco is just as bad, if not worse. L.A., now Colorado has lost their minds. The answer lies in the fact that all of us need to get together and be of like mind, listen to the other side, but realize that they mean you harm. This administration means our country harm. That is an impeachable offense. That is an indictable offense, and one that we don't have anyone with a backbone to take to court. And now what are they doing? They're packing the judge for life benches throughout all these states with their sycophants that believe in their way of managing this country in their states. So what they want to do is turn every federal court system into what the 9th District and the West Coast was like. So liberal that they can't make a good decision on any case unless it benefits the liberals. So with that, I'm going to say I got to get on out of here.